I should be like you, Mel.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Well, good morning, Cherries fans. Welcome back to Cherry AM. Good morning, good afternoon, or in Paul's case, good evening. It's 5 p.m, I think, in Australia, if I remember rightly, Paul.
100%, mate. 5 p.m.
5 p.m. So it's a bit strange, actually, because myself and Paul were just talking earlier on this morning, but for me, it's still this morning. Weird. It's weird. But anyway, welcome to Cherry AM. Myself and Paul appreciate you all joining us. Just before we get to the comments, because we'll jump straight in because there's quite a few comments already. So thank you to everybody joining us. But tomorrow morning at 8 a.m, the Up the Cherries in all departments tier list show will be out. So I just want to ask everybody in the chat the question. As we launch the tier show tomorrow, where do you think Bournemouth will finish in the league this season? Now, I'm not going to say anything about the show, what we discuss in the show. I'm joined by Ollie. Obviously, everyone knows Ollie from Cherry AM. And also joined by Manny and Doug from the Dugout Football Channel. And we basically place every team in the league. But I'm just interested, if you had to pick one place in the league, which place would it be? And then also Paul will let us know where he thinks Bournemouth will be placed. But just as a little bit of fun, if it's 10th, just put 10th in the comments. If it's if it's first, who knows? If it's first, but obviously put first in the comments. But yeah, just be interesting to see where everybody thinks Bournemouth may be placed. And yeah, definitely don't forget about that show that goes out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So let's just jump into the comments then straight away. There's quite a few in already. And the first guy in, as always, is Malcolm. Good morning, Matt and Paul and everyone in the chat. Malcolm's also brought up the point about another women's team signing yesterday. I'm not actually going to discuss that today. I did see it break yesterday, but I feel that Ollie and Malcolm are probably a little bit more up on the women's side than I am myself. But the signing looked really good, to be fair. And it looks very, very exciting for the ladies next season. So I shall let Malcolm, Ollie and Craig pick up on the latest ladies team news next week. But they are definitely heading in the right direction. And it's great to see that, the club across all areas is doing really well, from development squad ladies to the first team. It's really exciting to see. Liam Humby is in. Good morning, everyone. Up the Cherries. Yeah, good morning to you, Liam. Thank you for joining us as always. And your friend Paul, he's still cruising around Japan, but he's managed to join us. David DaCosta. Good morning, Matt. Afternoon, Paul. Running in from Diamond Princess cruise ship. Ah, nice. And it's 34 degrees.
Yeah.
And he's spreading the Cherries news all around the ship. So, yeah, excellent, David. Always great to have you with us. Malcolm, asking Dave to keep promoting the Cherries, which, as he says there, as always. So yeah, great to see that. Morning, Chris. Excellent. Nice to see you again, buddy. Hope you're well. Now, everyone who knows Malcolm will know that his morning don't start unless he's got a coffee in his hand. So yeah, he's ready to go. And we've got Sean. Guys, if you haven't checked it out already, Sean and Craig did a show earlier on in the week where they were discussing potentially where players can improve. I haven't seen the whole show myself yet, but from what bits I've seen of it, it's really good. So, guys, if you haven't seen that already, do check that one out with Craig and Sean. Question, including older players like Smith, new signings, or even development players that might play, who are you guys most excited to see in the summer series? Excellent question. And what I think we'll do with that one, Sean, is we'll come back to this one. We'll come back to this. And yours is Hill. Right. So we'll come back to this because we're going to just touch on the summer series. I know we've touched on it a bit more earlier on in the week. But yeah, we'll touch on that because we're going to get sort of some of Paul's views on it and my views. And we'll come back to that question. So I'm just going to star that to remind me. And if I do forget, Sean, and you are still watching, just pop it back in the comments. We'll definitely come back to your point there. All of them. Sure, nice to have you as always. No, it's me and Malcolm today. No, it's not. It's me and Paul. I said that last week. I called Malcolm Paul. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway.
That's better.
That's right. I'm glad someone knows.
That's better.
Morning to you, Chris. Right, here we go. So Dan Short has gone with 8th. Sean, glass half full 8th and get Europa Conference. Interesting. Malcolm reckons we're going to equal 9th as we did last season. Chris Hubble, 8th. B23 Daniel, 5th. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, what a season that would be, to be fair. But yeah, it's not impossible, is it, Paul? It's not impossible.
Anything. Well, what they got on the board? Anything is possible, isn't it? They reckon, don't they? So yeah, it's right.
Absolutely. Yeah. David, 9th. Badger and Bournemouth fan. Great to see you back with us. I've seen that you've been with us for all of the week. It's great to have you join us every day. Thank you. You're saying 8th. Someone else that's quite familiar to you, Paul.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Vanessa. She's also saying 8th. Liam, 8th. Ollie, who obviously joined me on the tier list show, saying 8th. But is that where we placed Bournemouth? You'll have to tune in and find out. Because it was all our personal opinions and a group decision on where we placed every team. So, you'll have to tune in to find out. And morning to you, Ollie. Great to have you joining us. Nick Gillins, morning, 9th. And Malcolm is saying, morning, Ollie. Glad you have internet this morning. Yeah, when we were filming last night, Ollie had a few technical issues and had to kind of bow out at the end before we kind of finished. But great to see everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Let's just pop on to the first topic. There's an article that myself and Paul have had a quick look through from a former teammate of a new signing of ours, which is Kroupi. I think that's how you pronounce it. Maybe I've pronounced it wrong. You know what I'm like, my pronunciations. But yeah, he's been said to have the potential of a certain Mbappe. Mbappe, should I say? Sorry. That would be one hell of a player that we'd have on our hands, Paul, if he's got this potential that his teammate is saying. I'm just going to find the quote. But that would be some player we've got on our hands.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'll tell you what, I think Malcolm was the first one to alert me to this guy. I mean, somebody at our club knows what they're doing, because I looked at a 5-minute goal fest of his from last season, 2024-25, and it's just called Amazing Kroupi, and it goes for 5 minutes. And I'll tell you, this guy is fast. Like, he's got speed. He cost 12 million, and he came from Lorient, but went back, as we know, last season, wherever he was. And man, he loves the one-on-one with keepers. You see him one-on-one, and he'll go through and he'll score. He looks as if he's full of confidence, and speed is what hit me with him. He is just incredibly fast. I'd go as far as to say he's as fast as Antoine Semenyo. Like, this guy's fast. So we'll see. We haven't seen him kick a ball really for us, but time will tell, Maddie. But I think he's good buy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
From watching that, I feel he'll be in the squad. I feel he'll feature at some point early on in the season. Wow, he's got pace. This bloke.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 19. And he's described as a player that loves to arrive late in the box and thriving on balls pulled back from the byline to finish composed chances. So that's kind of what we've seen in those video clips of him. But yeah, I mean, can we see? I mean, I personally think, I know sometimes when young players come into the squad, they take some time to kind of fit in and get a place or get game time. But I think we're going to see some of this guy quite early on this season. It wouldn't surprise me if he, if he is he going to be a starter? Is questionable. Is he going to be a starter, or is he going to be that option off the bench that's going to give us something different? Is he going to be someone that maybe edges out Younes Anel? It's very, very exciting to have this player. But the quote from his teammate, I'm just finding that now. There's a quote here somewhere. His former teammate has described the teenager as a phenomenon, and that he is definitely likened to his fellow French superstar. So that is quite impressive. I mean, guys in the chat, I mean, what's your thoughts on Kroupi? Do pop it in. There's a few comments just come back through. We'll just quickly go through them. Badger and Bournemouth fan, my daughter's boyfriend, a Chelsea fan, bought tickets for Man U game Wednesday in Chicago. Okay, so he will see that. I think for our time here in the UK, I think that's like a 2:30 a.m. kickoff. Paul, what's that for you?
I'm 7 o'clock in the morning, I think, which is good.
Which is good, isn't it?
You bet. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the summer series at the moment, but
we'll come on to that. We'll come on to
a bit later.
Towards the end. Yeah, no, we are going to cover that because we'll go back to Sean's comments as well. Ollie, morning, Paul. Hope you're well, mate. Morning, Mal. Yeah, it seems hit and miss this week. Yeah, your internet has been a bit of a nightmare, Ollie, hasn't it, this week? But hopefully it sorts itself out. How do I get involved with becoming a co-helper on the show? You can help us out, definitely. There's an email address which I shall find and pop in. It's UTCIADAFCB@gmail.com, but I will pop it into the chat, or if Craig's watching, I'm sure he'll pop it into the chat at some point. But anybody, like I say, anybody's welcome. Anybody that wants to get involved, everybody is welcome. So, no worries. Thank you for asking, Dan. Darren Hurst. Great to see you back, Darren. Hi, guys. Sorry, late start. Was hard to get away and hide from work today. It is Friday, isn't it? So we're finally at the end of that week. So
I think Darren's also in Australia, is he, Matt?
Yeah, I think you're in Perth, aren't you, Darren?
Yeah.
I think if I remember rightly from previous shows. So it's great to have you. Actually, no, it's Saturday morning already, isn't it?
No, Friday afternoon.
Friday evening.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
okay. Friday afternoon.
The weekend has started then.
Yeah.
Sean, it will be good to have a proper striker and able to rotate with. Yeah, that's also that's not injured. Yeah, that's also a very, very good point. Yeah, it's going to be good, isn't it, to see two strikers that are going to offer something different. And I'm very excited. This is what, and we'll touch on this for the summer series. I think this is the player that I'm most excited to see, to be honest. But we'll touch on that shortly. Yeah, he is back in full training, Dan. That's absolutely correct. Malcolm, Kroupi, tie him down with a big contract at a decent price. Yeah, it's, and like you said, Paul, it is just testament to the recruitment department.
Very much. To find this guy, I think Chelsea were after him. I read, but they didn't. Well, they're after everybody, aren't they? But they didn't manage to get him. But like I said, I don't know whether Simon Francis was involved with finding this guy, but man, they've unearthed a good one. I think, with Yunus as well, Unel. There's no guarantee when he comes back with his, like I've spoken before on here about his confidence level and how he adapts to full training and coming back into the team. It's a big thing. That's a major injury. We saw Callum Wilson go through too, and he came back. We saw Cookie. He had one too, didn't he? He had a ACL go, Lewis Cook, and he's come back. But it's a big injury. That one, he'll be playing, when he comes back, and he'll be thinking about defenders coming in on the side of him, trying to take him out, and we'll see how he goes, and I think that if they have this guy as well, we need some power there for goals, and this guy looks like he can score goals. I saw him take penalties as well on this thing, but I don't think he's going to move Kluivert off of his penalties. But if perhaps Kluivert was subbed and he came on as a late replacement, perhaps he could do it.
Yeah.
Good.
Also, shootouts as well.
He looks good. He looks good, Matt. Genuinely good. This guy.
And like I say, he's definitely someone that I'm excited to see. We're correct on this one, Paul. Perth and 3:15 p.m. So
he got off work early, did he? That's for sure. 3 o'clock knockoff, Darren. You go well there, mate. I'll tell you. But,
can almost taste that first beer, so he's close. He's close. Badger and Bournemouth fan. Bournemouth fans span the globe on Cherry AM. Yeah, it is true. There seems to be everybody from across the world joining us, which is great. Not just international, worldwide. Malcolm, good to have options up front. Potential player to add goals, which is absolutely. And when you look at our attacking lineup already, adding Kroupi in is going to be fantastic to have, whether he starts or whether he's on the bench. And it's going to
what? Yeah, what, Matt? I think that they planned this. They bought him whenever it was 18 months ago or whatever from Lorient, and they arranged, part of the deal was he stayed there, and that's given him another season of experience in the French league. And they've planned this, and they've brought him over, and it's been good. And I think he will feature, this guy. I do. I think he'll feature on the bench for sure. Yeah,
I definitely do. I definitely agree with you. Definitely. Darren, no, still at work.
Oh, right.
Don't get caught out. And someone else has noticed your top, Paul. Your top.
Yeah,
We've got to talk about your top quickly.
Dave bought it for me on my birthday last year. It's my birthday next Friday, Maddie. So, which is a worry. I don't have them at my age, but we won't go there. But Dave bought it, and it's a good top. It was -1 last night here.
Was it?
So, yeah, mate. Yeah, it's been about 15. The sun came out, but I sort of needed it on. But cold here.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, David, great top you got in there. So yeah, Paul's going to be excited to see what you're getting for his next birthday present. So see if you can beat that one. um, Tommy, thanks for joining us. Look over Kroupi's brace against John. Pretty amazing match where he got good minutes against a great team and he played phenomenally. So I mean, I haven't seen that, so I'm going to have to look that one up. But obviously, what Tommy's saying there, I mean, just kind of echoes what we've said. Yeah,
Agree totally.
Definitely going to look this up. And we'll see. I'd like to see this, but that just adds to my excitement, to be honest. And Vanessa, great top and happy birthday, Julie.
That's next week.
That's next week.
Next Friday. Yeah.
Next Friday. So
thanks.
An early birthday wish there. Early birthday wish there. But yeah, so Kroupi, he's been compared with Mbappe, and there's not many great players that that are playing currently that you can be compared to, apart from the obvious. You like your Messis and your Ronaldos and really your Mbappe. So for him to be compared to that kind of player is obviously very, very exciting for us.
Yeah.
Let's see how he does during the summer series, which we'll touch on very shortly.
Just to finish up on him, Matt, I think there's some. You got to give him credit. The recruiting team, whoever's finding these players that we're getting, is doing amazing work for the club. They really are. I know we've spoken about it, but they really deserve a pat on the back, these guys, for finding these people, because every club wants them. And we seem to unearth them,
Yeah, I know the contact with Lorient has helped with this one, obviously. In terms of the player recruitment side, I mean, the last few seasons has been nothing short but excellent. And like you say, Paul, we've said it many times, but it is just that good that they do deserve all the credit that they've that they receive. So quick comment from David. Matt, it's going to be a Spurs shirt.
Oh no.
That's unlucky for you there, Paul. I'm sure you can use it as a rag to maybe clean the car with or something.
Oh, great. We've got Dom there, haven't we? But up at Spurs, Dominic Solanke. But
yeah. And Chris, would AFCB make any more signings this summer? I reckon that is probably, there's probably things happening in the background. We're going to touch on a little bit of a transfer rumour and also a comment from a player that's currently with the squad. In terms of actual more signings and transfer rumours, we're only going to touch really on one today. But obviously the guys will pick up more on that as more news breaks. But I would imagine, Chris, there will be some more activity, whether that's coming in or going out. There's definitely going to be more activity somewhere along the line. So, just stay tuned, mate. I'm sure there's going to be stuff that happens, which nicely brings us on to the next topic, which is a player that would like a permanent solution to his future. Is in Sport Witness, I believe, on the internet. That we saw this. I sent the article to you, didn't I, Paul? On this one. Hamed Traore. I like the player. I really like the player, and I think he's got a lot of ability. But I just don't think things have really worked out for whatever reason at Bournemouth. Obviously, he was brought in while Gary O'Neill was manager. Obviously, Andoni's come in. And since Andoni's come in, he's kind of been loaned out a few times. So I kind of understand the players' thoughts on it, that he'd like a permanent solution. Is he going to be part of the Bournemouth team, or does his future lie elsewhere? But on Hamed Traore, do you rate him as a player? Do you think that he should be at the Bournemouth side, or do you think it's moved on.
You know what? I think he was unlucky, Matt, because I just looked at a couple of stats there. He played 10 times for Bournemouth and scored 1 goal. And unfortunately, he just seemed to be getting into his rhythm, and then he caught malaria. Do you remember he caught
Yeah.
And I think that was quite a big thing to get over. I don't think that helped his time at Bournemouth. Obviously, he went into hospital and had to recover from that. And then, he was 20 million. He wasn't cheap when he came in. My personal memory of him, I can remember him coming on somewhere. It was either away at Brentford or Fulham. And he came on and he really played quite well as a sub. He came on in the second half. I can't remember the exact game. But he did impress me there. But I think, this is my personal view. I think if he was going to make an impression, he would have made it. He would have stayed. He wouldn't have gone on loan. So, but we don't know what goes on behind closed doors either. So, and we never will.
No.
We never will. It looks like they're going. I don't know. It looks like he's looking for a move, but I think we've still got 2 or 3 weeks left, haven't we, of the transfer market? So I guess time will tell. I think if he was going to make that impact, it would have happened, and it didn't seem to happen, did it? In honesty, something's gone on there. As I say, we'll never know. But he looked okay. But he didn't set the world on fire,
Yeah. No, it's a shame that that he hasn't hit probably his full potential at Bournemouth. He's actually been linked to a couple of clubs in the Premier League. He's been linked to West Ham and Sunderland for sort of in the region of sort of 10 to 12 million. Could you see him fitting in at either those 2 clubs? Obviously, West Ham haven't had the most impressive window this season. They made loads of signings last season that out. But could he go in there and make a difference at West Ham?
I think probably more West Ham than Sunderland. Again, he's got to adapt to the north of England up there. It's completely different up there, isn't it, to where we are down south. So he's got another major adapt. Got a majorly adapt again up there. I think possibly more at West Ham, but again, you never know, do you? In this game, he could go anywhere, couldn't he, Matt? But if he's going to go somewhere, I think West Ham would suit him better than Sunderland. For that reason, because I think Sunderland will struggle. I don't know where. I'm not going to talk about tier lists, but I think they're going to struggle. It just seems to be par for the course. The people that come up struggle, and I honestly can see him struggling.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from there. The gap, of coming up from the Championship now is so massive, isn't it? I know we stayed up with Fulham and Forest, several seasons ago, and I think that's the last time any promoted club stayed up in the league. So there is that massive sort of gap kind of forming now, but. The Sunderland project, when you look at it, I would say is probably more, in some respects, from my point of view, is probably a bit more appealing than the West Ham one. They've signed some really good players, and it looks like it's an exciting project up there. It's a great stadium. So I think for someone like Hamed Traore, quite an exciting project for him to get involved in.
Yeah, I think, Matt, he'd get more game time at Sunderland. As opposed to West Ham. But it's really weird you talk about that, because last Saturday I was watching my grandson play soccer, and there was a guy that supported Sunderland on the sideline. And I said to him, it was true, and I actually said to him, I noticed the first time Bournemouth got promoted, 2015, 2016, I said, I didn't think the gap was as big then as it was the second time we got promoted. I saw a bigger gap when Bournemouth went up the second time, the difference. And I said to him, don't be surprised, because I think Sunderland are going to struggle. They're a great club. They're a brilliant fan base, great ground. They've got everything they need, but they've got to do it. Many times we've said this is an unforgiving league. They'll do you, these teams.
Yeah, definitely. Well, guys in the chat, what's your thoughts on Hamed Traore? Should he stay, or is he there that you think maybe should move on. Be interesting to hear everybody's thoughts. So, yeah, Hamed Traore, he'd like a permanent solution. I don't think he's enjoying going out on loan from Bournemouth. I think he wants to kind of have his intentions sort of as well as made his intentions know about his future, that he wants a permanent club to be involved in as a first team player. So yeah, pop it in the comments your thoughts on that one. Just as we're sort of kind of midway through the show, I think we've got about 30 plus people with us at the minute. Guys, hit those likes if you haven't already. It means the world to us. Hit those likes, and more likes if you could, guys. And if you haven't subbed to the channel already, please do give us a sub. We're on the road to 2,000 at the minute, so it'd be nice to hit that if we can. But yeah, thank you everyone that's watching. But yeah, please smash those likes and give us a sub if you haven't already. But just before we touch on the summer series, Paul's gonna give us his opinion on the summer series. I'll also chip in with a few opinions as well. There's a rumour going around that we'll touch on, but there's a couple of comments. There we go. David DaCosta, give the youth a chance. Yeah, I think Bournemouth are quite good at that though. Sometimes, I know last year we had a lot of the development squad involved, didn't we? But due to injuries, but they all stepped up, and the minutes that some of them did get, they were really professional. And must have been a fantastic experience, even just to be on the match day bench. Must be such a fantastic experience to be in that first team changing room. Listening to someone like Andoni, talk to you, give you your tasks on the pitch, and just to listen to his philosophy in the changing room must have been such an excellent experience for a young player. Sean, as I said in another show, there's too much competition for him now. That's a fair point. That is a fair point. And guys, like I said, if you just joined us, Sean and Craig have done a good show earlier on in the week, so do check that out. Liam, I would use him as a squad player. Yeah, I think he'd make a fantastic squad player, but I think he wants to be in the first team, kind of a starter. But yeah, he's an excellent squad player, definitely. Malcolm, I would like to see him stay and try and prove to Andoni that he has what it takes to be part of the squad. I think that would be great, but I also understand it from his point of view. We all know footballers have short careers, and especially normally at the top level, you tend to have a little bit of a shorter career. So I can understand that. I think he wants to be that first, one of the first names on the team sheet. And getting a lot more minutes.
And you know what, Matt? As well, I look back on Dango because he was the same. He came from Lorient, didn't he? I think he did. Dango came from there. Yeah, I think he did. And I think he did the same thing. He stayed on loan there and then came in. And at first when you saw Dango, and Sean will like this one, but when you saw Dango at first, he was leggy. He was, he'd do everything right and then do all the hard work and then mess it up. But now this season, or last season, as we talk now, he seems to have matured a lot, Dango, and he's doing the stuff that he's meant to be doing, and he's having great games. He's playing really well. Maybe there's a path for Traore there as well. I don't know, but I think they were both from Lorient. But
now you mentioned it. Yeah, I know Tara come from there. But yeah, a possibility, definitely a possibility. Tommy, Iriola obviously knows more than we do, so I trust his decisions on Traore. I'd like to see him get some minutes, but if he wishes to move on, then let him. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, there's nothing worse than having an unhappy player in the squad, is there?
No, that's right. Well, I mean, look at the players. Look at the depth we're getting, Matt.
Yeah, you
have people that are quality players that can't even get on the bench when we kick off if there's no injuries. I mean, you right down to your Billings and your Brooksies, and they can play. Those guys can play football.
Yeah.
They're all going to be in this mix, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think, similar to what Sean has just previously said as well about competition, there's quite a bit of competition for him now. I mean, if you look at our forward line and our players,
Yeah.
I mean, Tavernier and Semenyo and Cliver, Dango, there's so many players there, and not all of them can even get into the side all at the same.
Right. But,
so that kind of rotation for them as well. But where does
sorry, Matt. No, sorry, Matt. Again, with the big picture, like Bournemouth are obviously seriously looking at Europe, and this is perhaps what they're doing. They're slowly building, because we've all seen what happens to teams that play in Europe. They get so many games and injuries, and it can affect their form in the Premier League. But if we've got a lot of options there, that's what I think they're doing. I think they're building. But what we have to do, don't we? We have to, if we're serious about that stuff. Sorry to go off the subject, but
no worries at all.
And I will just continue with that because there's something important I wanted to say. And about your tier list show, there was something that struck me, and I know that you've recorded it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And when is that, Matt? It's on to
it's at 8 a.m. UK time on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I'm looking. That'll be in the afternoon here, 5 p.m. I should definitely watch that. But you know what? I think this season coming is going to be even bigger than we realise. I was thinking about this because if we get into Europe, and I personally, I think we'll be 7th. If we get into Europe, 100% Andoni will sign a new contract. 100%. If we miss out on Europe, he may well sign, but I think if we can get in that top 8, that's going to be vital for him, because it's just want somebody in Europe to come knocking for him. And say we end up 12th or 13th and we have a poor season due to circumstances. I hope we don't. I think by holding on to our top players as well, I think it's up there. I think Andoni's the key to it, to Bournemouth. If we can get Europe, and I know we'll be, is it a year too early? I think if we can get Europe, Andoni will sign for sure. I don't think he'll walk away then, but who knows with football? If we don't hit that thing, I mean, he's got 12 months left, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I know, all of us.
Yeah, I know. We all hope
to sign, don't we?
Yeah.
I think you got a point now. I think if we were to qualify for Europe next season,
he'll sign.
He'll sign, and if we progress on again and we just miss out, he may still sign because of what he's achieved with the squad and the project.
Yeah.
The players that the club can still potentially bring in. Who knows? I think that's going to be a one to watch over the season, isn't it? And
definitely. I think Bill knows his stuff. Bill Foley. It's not going to be a money issue. It's going to be a lifestyle issue. And thank goodness that his family seem to have settled into Bournemouth, and he genuinely seems to like Bournemouth, doesn't he?
Yes.
And, I think it's a big thing.
Yeah, no, definitely, and like we said before, Bournemouth is, it's got its lovely areas, and it is a lovely place to live. So, but if we go back to the comments just quickly, especially up top, that's the competition with Hamed Traore, I believe. So that is absolutely true. Chris reckons he will stay with AFC Bournemouth. So, interesting one. Yeah, and it's definitely possible, Chris. Definitely possible. Sean, Dango is best described as a fine wine that needed maturing, and that's what's happened. I couldn't agree with that more. I love him. I think he's a great player. Like I've said plenty of times before, I just think he's fantastic to bring off the bench. Because he does give you that something different, and I think if you're defending against him, you don't quite know what he's going to do.
I don't think he knows, Matt, what he's going to do, but
what a chance!
I think Sean's comment there. I think we saw the first glimpse at Spurs at Tottenham when he scored that goal when we won 3-2 away from home. at White
Yeah.
Hart. It wasn't at White Hart Lane, was it? It was at Spurs' new stadium, I think. We saw it then, and I've seen a great improvement of him last season for sure.
Yes.
And if he against Forest, if he hits that sort of form, and who knows where he can go.
He's great in the air as well, Dango. He's great in the air. He's not a bad left back either. So he's very versatile, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's an athlete. He's a genuine athlete. He might be a 12, 13 second 100-meter man. He's fast. Yeah.
I just clocked this chant come in. I was just saying, that's a great chant. I haven't seen it for ages, but I do. Yeah. Bournemouth, sunny Bournemouth. Yeah, if you can't hear us, we'll sing a little louder. Yeah, what a great chant that one, Darren. That's brought back some memories. But I'll just go back up to Malcolm's comment. Competition within the squad is healthy, but can have a negative effect on some players. And that is just natural. If you're training hard every day and you're being the best you can do, and you're still not getting in the team, I can imagine it does have that effect. Sean, we are Bournemouth, so don't need Europe to still get injuries. But let's hope. Let's hope we're not going to get too many of them, especially during this summer series. So we've got everybody fit for the start of the season. Malcolm, remember the 5-year plan? Yeah, there is the 5-year plan. Obviously, Bill set that out, and obviously we're well into that 5-year plan now. And we've still got to remember that that was his target. But if it happens before, then great.
I think this will be year 3, will it, this season?
I think year 3. Yeah, we're going into year 3.
Yeah.
So over halfway through, but if it comes early, then great. If it doesn't, it's still the 5-year plan, isn't there? So
Matt, I still say Andoni is the key to everything, because I feel that players will sign for him. I think Justin Kluivert signed for him, and he'll stay. I think he's the attraction, and he's the key.
He's I mean, if I was part of his squad, it just his philosophy and the way he plays football just excites me. Obviously, we're only Watchers fans, so it must be excellent to be part of the squad. We really must do. There's a David here that knows you, Paul. Great show, guys. Looking good, Paul, for your age. See you in September.
I'm only 42, Dave. I'm not doing bad, mate, am I? But now Dave's a lifelong friend as well. He's lives in Bournemouth, supports Bournemouth. And I'll be seeing him when I come over in September. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, excellent. And there's the chant there. Will the summer series be our first proper competition abroad? Kind of Europe, laughing out loud, just wrong continent. It's I think we have obviously been abroad before, but in terms of like a big sort of tournament, televised tournament, I think this is our first sort of big one. Darren, Paul, 42, you must have had a long hard paper round like me.
I'll tell you what, Darren, I only lasted a week when I did a paper round. It rained, I think, for the whole week. I thought, that's the end of that. I'm out of that, mate. But for those younger viewers, a paper round is when you're forced out of bed when you're a young lad to go and deliver papers and fight dogs off and put them in people's letterboxes. But not the best start to the day. But good fun, yeah.
Good banter. Okay, let's just move on to our next one. There's some rumours going about. I'm sure this is only rumours. It's probably absolute nonsense. But it's been reported in Football Italia. And that is Adams being linked to AC Milan. Now it says Milan have reportedly set their sights. I'm sure you can probably hear that because I've got my window open. That this is live. Anything can happen. Milan have reportedly set their sights on Bournemouth midfielder Tyler Adams. Milan have set their sights on the US international as a possible reinforcement in their central midfield. It's no secret that they had a priority target, but now that they've not agreed terms with that player, they're now looking at Adams, and it's rumoured to be a 40 million euro price to sign him.
That much.
Yeah, can we see this happening, Paul? I mean, for me personally,
No.
something that I don't think will happen. I think he's quite happy with Bournemouth. I think he's in the side now. Obviously, he did struggle with injuries, which was a shame when he first come here. But last season, I think we really did see what he can bring to the side. I don't think it's something that Andoni or even the club would want to anticipate losing at the minute. I think he's a good presence with the American ownership, and obviously us going to America at pre-seasons and things like that. So obviously he's kind of promoting the Bournemouth name in the US as well, isn't he? So I don't think the club would want to sell him here. And I think, I know it's been reported in Football Italia, which can be quite reliable, I believe. I don't think I've really read it before, but
you know what? Sorry, Matty. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's fine.
When I first heard about it, I thought, agents are the people, they don't get paid unless players move. So there's somebody puts a rumor out there, and it alerts other agents rather, to put in a claim to think, well, maybe he could be available, and it starts the rumor reel running. But what you said is right. I think him and Bill Foley are very close. I think Tyler Adams, I hope I'm right, but this is my personal opinion. I think Tyler will be with the club for a long time, and perhaps when he finishes his playing career, will be like a Fletch, a bit of a representative for Bournemouth in the USA. Because don't forget, he was captain of the American international team, and Bill's American. He will not want to let that guy go. And for me, the form that he showed, he's one of the first names on the sheet for me, mate. Him and Christie, wow, what a pair together. You wouldn't want to get tackled by Tyler Adams, would you? In midfield, he's aggressive. He's an aggressive tackler. Great player for me. I don't think there's any hope he'll go. No chance, mate. I wouldn't worry. I don't think so.
No. I just thought it was interesting to see that he's to Milan. It was just interesting to see what everybody's thoughts are. And let's have a look now, Paul. Adams to Milan. No.
Yeah, I agree. I
agree. This isn't going to happen. Adams is a cherry. Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Blackbird.
No idea.
Lost me on that one, Malcolm. Darren, he has one of, if not the best tackle rate in the midfield, in any midfield in the Premier League. And that is, the stats for our midfield was great last season. So definitely, we definitely don't want to lose any of those guys. I doubt it. So Tommy's saying, I doubt it. World Cup coming around, a move with high potential to go terribly for him, given his injury worries, is the last he'd want. So obviously he's going to be fully concentrating on his performances, not only for Bournemouth but personally for the World Cup, isn't he?
Yeah, and you know what, Matt? You put the clock back 12 months. I mean, Bournemouth chased this guy. Was he Leeds after him as well? I think originally.
He was actually at Leeds, wasn't he? We signed.
Was that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Leeds got relegated, didn't they? And then signed.
Yeah, Bournemouth chased this guy. They're not going to give this bloke away. He's proven. I hope he stays fit. That is the problem. But if he stays fit, he's another dynamo in midfield, isn't he? A hard tackler, mate. He's a good player.
It's a great selection to have as well. When you look at not only Adams, you've got Alex Scott who can play there. Obviously, Scott can play more forward. You've got Lewis Cook who's just at home in that position, and Christie. I mean, the energetic Christie there, who I think towards the end of last season when he had his injury, I think we really missed there. So it's a great selection of players to have that can play in those roles and all give something different as well.
We were talking about those four before, and this will be 20 seconds, but they need to start scoring goals. Those four, they've got very, very, very few between the four. They do a brilliant job, when they get their opportunity, as we say, they have to take it.
Yeah.
But I can't fault any of those four. I think they're fabulous midfielders, and we're going to need them. Something's going to happen. It always does. Every season, somebody gets an injury. But
but if
great.
if we are unfortunate and we do have an injury, we do have someone that can step in there. But no, definitely. And I think Chris here has made an excellent point. He is a great player for the club, and Adams is. He's someone that's really grown on me. And I think that's because, last season we got to see a lot more of him, which was great.
Yeah.
Sean, Saturday really kicks off the football, as is Saturday Bournemouth. Women, 2 p.m. Sunday, and England. Yeah, of course. So obviously we've got the England ladies that will be playing on Sunday evening. I think it's at 4 o'clock, is it? 4 o'clock kickoff, 5 o'clock kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
If you know in the chat, do pop it in. I'm sure Malcolm will. So it's going to be a great weekend of football. It kind of really does kick it all off. And then multiple games in the week. Also get to see Wrexham beat Southampton. Sorry, had to put it. That is interesting. Wrexham do make their debut in the Championship, don't they? Back in the Championship. I think they've been there before, maybe at that level. But they do face Southampton. I've got a funny feeling Wrexham may pull that one off against the Saints, but we'll see.
You know what I said to you today, Matt, as well. 2 weeks today, we're playing.
Yeah, is it really?
Yeah, I'm sure it's the 11th. Would that be right? Or are you going to tell me it's the 18th? I thought it was 2 weeks.
No, because we got a pre-season friendly on the 9th.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Saturday the 9th, we're playing Real Sociedad at the Vitality. Play the B team in the morning at the training facility, I believe, and then we play. So we kick off on the 15th, on the Friday night, on the 15th.
Right. So it's coming round.
Yeah, it's coming round quick, but we still got the last game of the summer series is the 2nd or 3rd of August. Then they come back from America, train for the week. Then they have the Real Sociedad game, and then it's a week's worth of training. Well, Monday, sort of Sunday to Monday, Sunday to Thursday, kind of training period before they play Liverpool on the
15th, was it? You said
on the Friday, So it is
looking forward to
that. It's definitely coming around quick. So. Let's just jump back to the comments. Nick's still with us. Great to see you, Nick. We are Bournemouth, Super Bournemouth. We are Bournemouth from the
South.
Yeah, it's great, these old chants. It is great, these old chants. Darren, just need midfielder to smash shots in goal. And then have it, I think have Evan Nielsen goal seeking for rebounds. A point that you made, Paul, that obviously, and I think that might be a point that Craig and Sean made as well, maybe in their video. All valid points. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Okay, excellent. Thanks for that, Chris. That's 5 p.m. for the ladies, England ladies, that is, on Sunday when they face Spain.
Right.
Malcolm, midfielders are the workhorses. We have goals in enough areas up front, so don't have any issues with lack of goals from midfield. Also a valid point. I just feel that sometimes, it's nice to get a few more goals from that area. But I suppose when you look at it, that's a good point as well, Malcolm. 5 p.m. kickoff. 16th. That's correct. 50, I could. No. 15th is correct. 15th. Sorry, I've got myself confused there. Friday the 15th. Kit off and kick off. Okay. 15th. David, great show as always. Great to have you with us, David. Thank you. And can have a full day of ladies football. Get down to Ringwood and support the ladies. Guys, get down to Ringwood if you can. down to Ringwood Town Football Club and get behind the ladies. I know their following is growing bigger and bigger every year, and hopefully they're going to have a few more games in the stadium this season as well, which would be excellent to see. Okay, we're going to move on to our last topic, which is the summer series. Paul, just a quick thought from yourself on the summer series. Is it something that you think's good that we go out to somewhere like the USA and play there? But we're playing league sides we're going to face anyway. I know sometimes people think we should play different teams, which I do agree with as well. But I personally think the summer series is great for exposing the brand and letting the fan base now, because obviously the fan base is so much bigger than just the town itself now, and obviously we've got a big following in America. So I think the summer series is important to give fans out in America that opportunity to go and see the Cherries live.
Yeah, look, I think you're doing a watch along for it, Maddie, are you?
Yeah, myself and Craig B. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did a little bit of looking into this. The tickets are £57. So if you wanted to go and see the first two games, it's a double header. You go to a stadium, there's a double header. It's Everton Bournemouth is the first game off the rank, and then it's followed by Man United versus West Ham. So you pay your £57 or 77 American dollars, and you go in. Interesting, Mark Travers with Everton there as well in that game against Bournemouth. So he may get a little bit of time between the sticks. You don't know, do you? But I'm pretty sure I can watch it over here on Optus TV. So I'm pretty sure I can get it live. I've just got to get the time sorted out. The only negative thing I can see about it is the injuries situation. The last thing we want is one of our stars, or first teamers to get hurt out there running around. We certainly don't want that. That would be the only negative thing I can see in it. Interesting. I still haven't found out what the prize money is. I don't know if anybody watching has any idea what the winners get, because I couldn't see that anywhere, and I think somebody mentioned that earlier in the week. There doesn't seem to be much information about what the prize money is for that, but we'd have to be a couple of million, I'd imagine. But again with Bill Foley, the American connection, again Tyler Adams, this American connection we've got going, I think it all fits in, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I personally think it's fantastic for the club to be able to get out there and perform for our fan base out there. I think it's vitally important. It's great that it's going to be on TV, so we can watch it. Yeah. That's great
for you in England. That's great for you in England. You can watch it, Matt. Brilliant. Yeah.
Did you not watch it out there? I was going to ask.
I'm hoping it says that Optus, which is the local TV channel over here, are going to show it, but they've just sold their Premier League rights to Stan over here, so I don't know. I'll see. It said when I googled it, it said it would be on Optus, but whether or not it's on, I don't know. I'll have to do a bit of investigation, but I'll watch it if it's on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the injury thing as well. I mean, I know some people talk about injuries like yourself, but I mean, the way I see it as well is we've been playing pre-season games anyway, whether we were there on the tour, whether we were back here, and I think you could pick injuries up, can't you? I mean, at any time, injuries is,
Could pick it up at Amworthy United, mate, couldn't we? Who we use, or Dorchester Town in youth play,
Yeah, I remember going down to watch us at Ham Rec many years ago. Great. I actually had a friend who was a work colleague at the time who was playing for Ham Rec, playing against Bournemouth. So that's got to be 18, 20 years ago now, I suppose.
Yeah, we've moved on, haven't we?
We've moved on a little bit since those days. Darren, any chance of the Cherries playing a friendly against Perth Glory? Who knows? One day. I mean, I think didn't a couple of the Premier League teams go down under just after the season? Was it Newcastle and somebody else? Didn't they go?
Spurs.
Yeah. So who knows? That might be the next thing for Bournemouth to head down.
absolute madness. You know, the day after the final Premier League game, my friend Dave, the one that's in Japan, was telling me, you know, Newcastle got straight on the plane, as did Spurs, and yep, they arrived in. And Dave went to see him, I think, in Melbourne. You know, and they just finished the season, and apparently it's all about selling shirts. That's what it's about. It's about these things overseas. They sold hundreds and thousands of Spurs shirts on that tour. I think it was Spurs and Newcastle came over here. I've seen Arsenal. I saw Arsenal up at the Olympic Stadium in Sydney, and you know, they were right in the distance. You had no interest watching that whatsoever, but I did go and see it at Arsenal. So I don't know. Don't think there's anybody over here at the moment.
Right. Okay. Darren, hi, David from Melbourne. Melbourne must be on the beers by now, surely. David, Melbourne victory.
That's the team.
That's the team. Malcolm, injuries are part of the modern game and nobody can predict when and where they will happen yet. Yeah, that is a fair point. Darren Hurst, only reason I have Optimus is for Premiership Live games. Look like I have to open a stand subscription now.
Yeah.
Right.
Darren, it's about, you've got to buy the package about $34 a month to get it on Stan. You won't get it on Optus. I've had Optus for years, and they've sold it to Stan. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. There's a bit of information there of the TV rights down under. But yeah, just before we go, we're going to wrap up now, guys. Thanks to everyone's support with the show again this week. You know, we all really appreciate it. Next week, next Friday, I think I will be back with Paul. But between then, there'll be obviously a mixture of Craig and Ollie and Malcolm that will be here to talk all things cherries. But just before we go, again, if you haven't already, please like the video and please give us a sub if you haven't already. It will mean a lot to us. So thank you very much. Just quickly dive back into the comments before we wrap up. $35.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Sean, even finding out how much Chelsea won last year, I can't find. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I think we've struggled to find out how much. A great show this morning. Have a great weekend, everyone. Yeah, have a great weekend, Malcolm. I'm sure I shall catch up with you at some point. Great show again. Yeah, thank you, Darren. And now back to work. Yeah, not long to go now, though, Darren, I don't think.
No.
Thanks for joining us again, mate. It's been...
You know what, Matt? What I've noticed is how the channel... I'll make it brief. What I wanted to say, how the channel has grown. And I think if everybody watching tells a friend, you know, that's all they got to do. Just tell one of your mates who's slightly interested in watching Bournemouth. And the content that you're putting out at the moment on this channel is brilliant, you guys, the whole team. You know, it's up to date, it's regular, and people are enjoying it, Matt. I know I've had a lot of people say how much they enjoy it, and well done to you and your team, because you deserve a pat on the back. You know, it's a lot of effort goes in.
I appreciate that. I'm sure when Craig catches up with this show, he will massively appreciate it as well. And obviously, thanks to yourself and thanks to Malcolm and Ollie who have obviously joined us recently. It's really helped Craig out and myself out as well. So a big thank you to you guys as well. Thanks for those lovely words there, Paul.
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, no, honestly, that it's lovely to hear. It really is. Chris, enjoy the summer weekend, everyone, and you as well, Chris. Final, who's going to win? Very quickly, final for the England ladies versus Spain. Who's going to win? In my opinion, it's going to be tough because Spain are a really good, nice side. And I mean, if anyone saw the Germany semi-final, I mean, I think they had something ridiculous, like 73% possession, and I think they had like 16 chances at goals. At goal, only one goal obviously won the game, but they can go the full. They can go the full way. Spain. I mean, if it had to go into extra time, they're still going to be really equipped. But we've got to be. I've got to go England. Got to go England. First beers is in hand at desk now, doing last of emails. Great show. Thanks, Vanessa, for joining us. And Paul's Malcolm's giving you the thanks there for the comments there, Paul.
Thanks, Malcolm. Yeah.
Summer series. I don't think the summer series actually has a final, to be fair. I think it's just sort of like a group, and whoever wins the group is crowned the champions, I think.
Right.
So I don't think they actually have a final, but I might be wrong.
No.
I don't think they do.
I think that's right. I think it's right, Matt. Yeah, I think you're right. It's a league table. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay. But yeah, summer series, just while we're on it very quickly, as Sean asked there, who would win the summer series? Do you reckon Bournemouth have got a good chance? Because I do. I mean, I think United, still constructing a side, really, still making their mark on what changes the manager there wants to make. West Ham and Everton, I think Bournemouth can beat on their day. So I can't see why Bournemouth couldn't win it, to be honest.
It depends how serious they're going to take it, Matt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot, how serious do you take it? I'm not sure of the temperatures at that time of year over there either. But yeah, Bournemouth have got as good a chance as anybody, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to everybody for joining us. It's been great. I mean, we've been going for just over an hour now, so this is one of the longest Cherry AMs has been. So, but thanks to you, Paul, for joining me today. It's been great to have you with me. Look forward to having you with me again next Friday. And like I say, Cherry AM will be back Monday, 8 a.m. with Craig, Ollie, or Malcolm. I'm not too sure which of the three there will be with you. But some of them will be with you on the Monday and throughout the week. Don't forget, we do have the watch along for the summer series game against Everton tomorrow evening, 8:45. The live will start with the 9 p.m. kickoff. Yeah. That'll be myself and Craig. And obviously, don't forget about the tier list that goes live on the channel.
That's going to be good. That's going to be a good show, Matt, that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
It. I like it.
Yeah, it's good because we've got other opinions as well from other people. So it's not just Bournemouth orientated.
Yeah.
It's about the whole league, which is good. But okay, everybody, thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you all again on Monday. And until then,
good. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, guys.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.